My name is Zhang. I'm a reporter for Group 4 on the experiment number 7 for internal combustion. And this next slide is just a brief outline of what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to briefly introduce the experiment, talk about the first test, the second test, and the calculation for the second test, and the conclusion. So just a brief introduction since the lead already, explained the theory and the procedure for it. What we're going to be working with is a 13 horsepower 4-stroke auto engine, and we just did 2 different tests. One's constant speed, variable load, and one's a variable load. One is a variable constant speed, variable load, and constant load, variable speed. So the first test was the constant load, variable speed. This was the raw data that we got originally. As you can see at the beginning of each one of these, the torque increases as a bigger slope than the horsepower. Well, after a while, it gets to a peak, and then the torque starts decreasing, but it's still creating more torque in less time, so the horsepower starts overtaking it. This next slide is actually just a zoom in part to make it look more linear. I tried to do this on Excel, but as you can see from Holden's, there was a lot of fluctuations. So it still didn't look linear, but this is actually from the previous slide, just zoomed in into the 3,000 to 3,500 RPM, and the red line is the horsepower, and the black line is the torque. As you can see, for some of them, this one, and actually this one, the horsepower already overcame the torque. Except this one, like I said, when the RPM increases, it'll eventually hit a peak and start decreasing. But even though it's decreasing, it's still creating more torque in less time. So the so the horsepower would actually increase, gain a bigger slope than the torque, so it'll overcome it. So this last slide is just wrapping up what we got from that first test. So as you increase the load, you need more torque to overcome the inertia. Well, for a dyno, the horsepower is actually related to torque and RPM from this equation. So as I explained at the very beginning, from 0 to like 2,000 RPM, the torque has that higher slope. But sometime for the 3 of them, the horsepower did overcome it. But even if it didn't, according to this equation, they'll eventually cross over when the RPM hits 52, 52. So that's how they're related, and I guess that's how they're compared. And for the trim, like I said, RPM increases, torque peaks, it lowers, but it creates more torque in less time, and so the horsepower overtakes. The next test we have is the constant speed, variable load. This one is the 0% load. This one does the first test I did. The next one is the second test, and third test, and fourth test. If I just go over them really quickly, you can't really tell much of a difference. It's just the same test done multiple times. There's just a little fluctuation. As you can see, there's some fluctuation for each load, but that could be due to the fact that the RPM is not held constant. We tried to hold it as close to 2,500 as possible, but as you can see, it fluctuates a little, and you can also see it spikes for every load, and then it stabilizes. But again, it's not completely stable due to the RPM. From that, we were able to get some data from that. We first calculated the air mass flow, the volumetric efficiency, the conversion efficiency, the mechanical efficiency, and the brake mean effective pressure and power. Some of these variables weren't really well explained in the manual, so we kind of had to make a few assumptions. So some of my numbers turned out wrong. For example, on PV, it was obvious that was some sort of power, but we weren't sure what. And I spoke with somebody from another group, and they just said that it was the measured power from the dyno. So that's what I used for that. So the next slide is just the calculation for each of the different loads. I picked a time that was in the center of each, load. Variation, for example, for 0%, the middle is around 5 seconds into the test. The 10% was about 12.5 seconds in the test, so it followed the same pattern. So it seems like for almost everything, it increases. For me anyway, besides the NV efficiency. It seems pretty steady mostly, but everything else, like I said, increases, such as the conversion efficiency, mechanical efficiency, they all increase. And also, like I said, sometimes I had to make some, I guess, assumptions. So one thing that didn't look right was the brake mean effective pressure. It got like 1,000 something, and it just kept increasing. And what I seen online, they were around like 100 something PSI. I got like something in the thousands, so it could be some calculation or assumption error on my end. And then for the second calculation, we did calculate power over the measured power. The measured power is what we got from the dyno with that equation I was talking about earlier. The horsepower equals torque times RPM divided by 52. And this is what we got. And the calculated power it was pretty close, but as you move up into the load, the error was greater. Again, I'm not sure if that's because I made some wrong assumptions or had some calculation error. So it could be, because for the calculated power, I had to jimmy the equation to even get it close to any of these values. If I were to follow it directly, without having to make some assumption, I wasn't getting numbers anywhere near the measure power. Or the lab manual said you're supposed to get something close, but this is the best I could have done. So I ended up graphing that. As you can see, like I said, for the 0 load, the 10% load, and 20% load, they're kind of similar. And then it starts deviating as it gets to the higher load. Again, it could just be due to a calculation error on my end or the wrong assumptions I made. That is it. Any questions?